Senate to meet with Attorney General to resolve grey areas on the proposed tax reform bills. House of Representatives condemns recent banditry attacks on farmers in some parts of the country.
Federal government to intensify efforts in addressing the root causes of banditry and insecurity.
Plus, Kogi State government orders closure of Zango Market, bans roadside truck parking over security concerns. Hello and welcome. This is the news desk at 6 on Nta News 24. We are live in Abuja. I am Chinenye Nwoye. With greater commitment by Nigeria and South Africa towards collaboration and cooperation, President Bola Tinubu believes African continent would become more promising. He said this at the Nigeria-South Africa Business Roundtable in Cape Town. State House correspondent Musbao Danwahab reports that President Cyril Ramaphosa also attended the event.
One more stop on its working visit to South Africa. It's equally a crucial part as the Chief Marketing Officer of Nigeria, in company of his chief host, took his drive to South Africa at a forum created by the business community of the two countries. Nigeria is the biggest trading partner of South Africa in the western part of the continent. But this president is here with new assurances.
I'm here to tell you one thing about Nigeria, and one thing only, that we are going through a very stringent, positive reform to reform the economy to serve the people.
With the foundation laid through the economic reforms, President Tinubu is equally assuring that Nigeria remains a huge market for investors.
I am sure you have no better investment destination than Nigeria. You cannot earn a better return on your investment elsewhere except in Nigeria. In terms of stability, security, and rule of law, we are there with you. We assure you that we are open for business.
President Cyril Ramaphosa acknowledges the strategic importance of both nations in their respective regions and the need to diversify trade relations to move beyond oil and gas dependency.
We agreed on the coming into operation of the Joint Ministerial Advisory Council on Industry, Trade and Investment. This will support a conducive environment for improved trade and investment. And in many ways, it will serve as what I would call a clearinghouse to ensure that whatever challenges there may well be in fostering investment and trade between the two countries can be cleared up. As governments, we have committed in our binational commission to create an enabling environment for doing business in our respective countries. That was the running theme during the course of our binational commission.
There are more than 20 agreements generated through the binational commission of the two countries, and they expect the early warning agreement bill to be signed not later than March 2025 to indicate more assurance for their trade relations. From Cape Town, Musbao Danwahab, Nta News.
And back home in Nigeria, as part of efforts to grow Nigeria's economy into $1 trillion by the year 2030, the federal government has taken another step in the realization of the national target. State House correspondent Abdulrahman Jibrila reports that Vice President Kashim Shettima represented at a Development Partners Roundtable on Economic and Financial Inclusion in Nigeria, called for urgent action to address the nation's economic growth.
Our deliberations on the state of the economy and financial inclusion in the nation were elevated to the National Economic Council, NEC, in April of this year. As a result, this committee will report to NEC on a quarterly basis to ensure that integrated framework we have established not only implements the ASO Accord effectively but also achieves its ambitious goals.
It is our hope that partners will define roles and responsibilities, throw up innovative technologies, and align developmental initiatives and prospects with the Sustainable Development Goals. Additionally, we encourage development partners to create strategic partnerships for progress, establish a clearly defined action plan, and commit financial and technical resources to driving the agenda of the ASO Accord for sustainable economic empowerment of every Nigerian.
Is empowering vulnerable populations in Nigeria by addressing the unique challenges faced by women, youth, and rural communities. We aim to unlock their full economic potentials, leveraging on innovative approaches for inclusion through exploring pathways and partnership to address pressing socio-economic problems in underserved areas in an impactful way.
Development partners and other stakeholders said actualizing the ASO Accord innovation and technologies will also help in focusing on digital financial products and services towards overcoming implementation barriers and fostering impactful solutions. And the Senate has resolved to engage the Attorney General of the Federation this Thursday to resolve areas of disagreement on the proposed tax reform bills. Deputy President of the Senate, Barau Jibrin, while presiding at the plenary this Wednesday, says the decision followed a series of meetings by the Senate in relation to the proposed tax reforms.
When there are disagreements, the Senate of each country at all times comes in with solution through dialogue and consensus to be able to solve such problems. And the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has been doing that since 1999. It's because of this we decided to put politics, ethnicity, regionalism aside to seize among ourselves in order to find the way forward in respect to the issues surrounding the tax reform bills.
He also announced the setting up of a committee in that regard to be chaired by the minority leader of the Senate, Senator Abba Moro. The Senate Committee on Finance has been directed to put on hold further legislative actions on the bill and await the outcome of the meeting with the Attorney General of the Federation. The Senate has also resolved to invite the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace over incessant delay and cancellation of flights by airlines in Nigeria. The House of Representatives has condemned the recent banditry attacks on farmers in Enugu State and other parts of the country. Adopting a motion of urgent public importance, the House notes that the trend of attacks on farmers not only affects the local population, but poses a greater threat to national food security as farmers are forced to abandon their farmlands.
To call on the federal government to intensify efforts in addressing the root causes of banditry and insecurity in the region, including improved intelligence gathering, community engagement, and enhanced coordination among security agencies.
In another resolution, lawmakers urged the federal government through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to address the challenges of scholars studying abroad under the bilateral education agreement. Climate change, poverty, political affiliation, and lack of boundary and border security have been identified as some of the causes of the security challenges in Benue State. To address this issue, Guests on Good Morning Nigeria say there is need for coordination and concerted efforts to bridge the gap. Alika Okpanachi Ariwa reports.
Benue State is known as the food basket of the nation, but the constant farmers-herders clashes, kidnapping and killings has affected agricultural production in the state and Nigeria economic growth in general. Guests on Good Morning Nigeria says agroforestry, integrated farming, using indigenous methods, knowledge transfer will help to return greenery and increase food production in the country.
To quell for food insufficiency and solve the food insecurity problem, then we will start smiling and the basket will, by transgression, become very full.
They stressed the need for value addition through food processing so that the value chain will be encompassing.
It is the traditional rulers and opinion leaders at the village level that can help the government.
Identifying some of the security measures the Benue State government is taking to address insecurity, the guest emphasized the importance of community policing and vigilante group in addition to dialogue and negotiation.
We've got to do simple things to achieve good results. And number one, having this cattle settlement committee at hotspots to deal with the issues of herders, farmers clash.
So that is why I talk about neighborhood watch, where the natives are involved, the traditional heads are involved, even though their office is not constitutional. You must bring them back because they are also involved in making sure that there's peace in their communities.
People-centric solution is also being used to tackle insecurity in the states. In Abuja, Alika Okpanachi, Ariwa, Nta News.
In response to the growing security concerns in Osara and its surrounding areas, the Kogi State government has ordered the immediate closure of Zango Market and banned the roadside parking of trucks in the vicinity. These measures are aimed at preventing a potential security crisis in the area. A statement by the Kogi State Commissioner for Information, Kingsley Femi Fanwu, says this is following intelligence reports indicating that criminal elements have been using the market as a hideout, often in collaboration with some truck drivers who park along the roadside. The situation poses a significant security threat to the Confluence University of Science and Technology, Osara, and the broader Osara community. To ensure strict compliance, the state government has given the market operators and truck drivers a one-week grace period starting today to adhere to these directives. After this period, enforcement will be fully implemented. Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo, in the statement, directed the Secretary to the government of Kogi State to officially communicate this order to all relevant parties, including law enforcement agencies, to ensure seamless compliance. And this is the news desk at 6. We'll take a break here. We'll have more news when we return. Do stay. Many thanks for staying on. And still staying with security, the Nigerian Air Force says as it reviews operational activities for the 2024 and refines strategies for deploying air power to address all threats to national security in the coming year, the goal is to provide the enabling environment for all Nigerians to fully benefit from President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda in the year 2025. The Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, stated this at the Nigerian Air Force Training Operations and Safety Seminar 2024. Defense correspondent Olajide Bello reports.
In 2024, the Nigerian Air Force marked a significant milestone in its operations and safety training as it conducted 8,665 missions in 9,928 sorties, amassing 15,915 flying hours. This remarkable achievement was underpinned by the continued expansion of Air Force fleets and the comprehensive training of its personnel. As part of its ongoing commitment to safety, the NAF held an extensive review of its safety policies, leading to the development of safety management system.
I want you to know that the federal government, under the leadership of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, will continue to support the Nigerian Air Force to attain its full potentials.
Nigerian Air Force has instituted robust measures to uphold the highest standards of human rights, reaffirming our unwavering commitment to protecting and serving the nation. Some of these protective measures include the strict adherence to targeting cycle and use of precision-guided munitions.
And the big one, the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority presented accreditation certificate to the NAF Air Traffic Services Training Center, which formally designates the center as an approved training organization authorized to train and certify licensed air traffic controllers, flight dispatchers, and cabin crew. The conference is with the theme Agile and Resilient Air Power for National Security, enhancing safety and optimizing NAV air operations to combat emerging threats.
Olajide Bello, NTA News.
The Nigerian Navy ship NNS Jubilee has taken a step further to promote military-civilian relationship in their host communities. Kelvin Samuel reports that this was through free medical services held in parts of Ikota Abasi local government area of Akwa Ibom State.
The military are often viewed by civilians as dreadful and not accommodating, sometimes due to the nature of their jobs. This seemingly lack of cordial relationship makes intelligence gathering a bit more difficult as the people are unable to freely share information with personnel. To bridge this gap and promote healthy civilian-military relationship, the Commander NNS Jubilee, Commodore Martin Fakruga, notes is the reason for this free medical outreach, which will also enhance the health of the people in the area.
Non-kinetic means winning the heart and soul of the host community so that they can cooperate with us, give us information and tell us where these bad boys are so that we can fish them out. But one way of achieving this is to reach them with events like this medical outreach so that they will know we are working for them and we are here for them.
For the people, this gesture is not taken for granted, while calling on other organizations to emulate the Nigerian Navy in bringing succor to the people.
Health, they say, is wealth. So, Commander, thank you and God bless you.
We are so grateful to God and the entire Navy people. There are so many people. I have so many types of sickness and so many weak for body and this thing. But today, where God are doing something.
The free medical services were to treat malaria and typhoid. There were also eye checks and free drugs, among others. In Uyo, Kelvin Samuel, NTA News.
The federal government says it is committed to improving water resource management by increasing investment in the sector. Stakeholders are expected to set the pace after brainstorming on strategic approaches to ensure water resource management as well as food security. Alika Obanachi Aruwa reports.
Nigeria's water resources face numerous challenges, including climate change, population growth, and inadequate infrastructure. Minister of Water Resources, Joseph Usef, says there is need for integrated water resource management, emphasizing the interconnectedness of water, food, and energy security.
The importance of water cannot be emphasized as it comes with a lot of benefits, be it in terms of food production, economic enhancement, job creation. It also has its negative impacts, as we have to, which floods is one of them.
Experts at the workshop highlighted the need to invest in water infrastructure, water conservation, and enhance stakeholders' engagements. They also underscored the importance of adopting a holistic approach in improving water resource management by assessing the impact of climate change, population growth, and economic developments.
UNESCO works to build the scientific knowledge base as well as development strategy to help countries manage their water resource in a sustainable way.
Let's work together to ensure a brighter and more secure future for Nigeria.
Over the next 4 years, from March 2024 to June 2028, this chair will serve as a beacon of knowledge and innovation.
Participants of the view that this gathering will go a long way in improving their expertise in line with best practices. In Abuja, Alika Opanachi, Arua, Nta News.
Resuscitating closed-down bakeries and sustaining functioning ones need holistic approach in providing alternative cost-effective sources of raw materials. The National President, Association of Master Bakers and Caterers of Nigeria, Mansour Umar, stated this during the inauguration of Executive of the Association. Ibrahim Bello Gunda reports.
Bakers under the auspices of Association of Master Bakers and Caterers of Nigeria are facing numerous challenges to keep on producing despite increasing costs of raw materials and market forces affecting their production. To tackle this, among others, stakeholders gathered in Abuja to usher in new leadership that will pilot their affairs as well as find a common ground in addressing challenges confronting them. The executive members, who were elected by consensus, were administered the oath of office and allegiance by a legal practitioner, Labir Ahmad.
Do solemnly swear that I will be faithful.
Despite all odds, those that made an impact on the association and its members were recognized with various categories of awards.
All the ingredients of baking materials are increasing incessantly. No baker can plan for at least a week or talk less a month. If you buy whatever you buy today, when you go tomorrow or next tomorrow, you will still buy it on another price. The same price that you got it.
It's not easy out there because as we speak, a bag of flour is 64,000.
So I encourage us, let's continue to work together, and nobody is an island of knowledge. We don't know it all. If we see anything in the market, let us know. If anything needs our attention, let us know.
Speakers agree that members of the Association of Master Bakers and Caterers of Nigeria are facing one of the critical periods in the profession, with a call for collective action to see that no more bakery or business fold up. In Abuja, Ibrahim Bello Gunda, Nta News.
The All Progressives Congress, APC national leader of persons with disabilities, Tolu Bankole, has lauded President Tinubu's administration for its all-inclusive drive in running the country's system of governance, which is progressive and result-oriented. Bankole said various reforms embarked on by the government have a human face and are well structured across geopolitical zones, with priority to inclusivity, which the disability community is well catered for.
The Discrimination Against Persons with Disability Act 2018 must act swiftly to uphold the rights of PWDs and promote inclusion within their jurisdictions. To enhance the economic inclusion of PWDs, these initiatives should include access to entrepreneurship opportunities, skill development, and employment tailored to their unique capabilities.
The theme for the 2024 celebration is amplifying the leadership of persons with disabilities for an all-inclusive and sustainable future, which resonates deeply with a mission to foster inclusion, celebrate achievement, and advocate for equality. The National Human Rights Commission is working diligently to develop a robust police and advocate for the implementation of human rights in business places. Omenka Amarachukwu reports that the Executive Secretary of the Commission, Tony Ojukwu, made this known at a high-level stakeholders forum on business and human rights in commemoration of the 2024 International Human Rights Day.
Commendable steps to embed human rights considerations into business operations.
development of the National Action Plan on Business and Human Rights, designing strategies for implementing the UNGPs, strengthening legal frameworks to address critical issues such as environmental protection, labor rights, and corporate governance, growing awareness among businesses of the importance of integrating environmental, social, and governance criteria into their operations. Business activities have a profound impact on societies, economies, and the lives of individuals. Therefore, it is imperative that we ensure these activities align with human rights principles, respect the dignity and well-being of all individuals, and contribute to sustainable development.
And that concludes the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. We thank you so much for being a part of it. I am Chinenye Nwoye.